The 3 a.m. Tales.
A blessed day, Sir Bob. My name is Blake. I want to share something I personally witnessed when I was younger, something I still can't fully explain until now. It's about a curse. I came from a poor family. After graduating high school, I didn't have the luxury of continuing to college. My parents simply couldn't afford it. So I worked. Whatever job I could find, I took it. Before I ended up working at McDonald's, I had a job at a small rice store. It was owned by Jen and Donnie. They were good people. They treated us like family. Simple work, simple life, but peaceful. Eventually, I left and applied at McDonald's. That's where everything changed. Because that's where I met my manager. Let's call him Sir Ben. From the very beginning, he was different. Not in a good way. He acted like he owned the entire place, even though he was just an employee like the rest of us. He was strict, but not the kind of strict that teaches you. He was the kind that humiliates you. During training, he would insult us openly, call us slow, call us useless. One time, he even called me stupid, right in front of everyone, customers included. I stayed quiet. I needed the job. I had no choice. But not everyone could endure that kind of treatment. There was one trainee. Her name was Girly. She was quiet, hardworking. But one day, Sir Ben humiliated her, right in front of customers. He raised his voice, insulted her, made her feel small. I could see it in her face. She was holding back tears. And right there, she made a decision. She took off her uniform and walked out. She never came back. We all felt bad for her, but at the same time, we understood. The next day, something strange happened. A woman came into the store. She looked serious, calm, but intense. She asked for Sir Ben. When he came out, she just stood there, looking at him, not saying anything at first. Then slowly, she reached out her hand. Sir Ben, confused, shook it. The woman smiled faintly and said, "Thank you." Then she left. That was it. No argument, no scene, just that. At the time, we didn't think much of it. But the next day, Sir Ben didn't show up. At first, we thought he was just absent, but days passed, then a week. Still no sign of him. Until finally, he came back. And when we saw him, we were shocked. He looked different. Very thin. His skin looked pale. His eyes sunken, like he hadn't slept in days, or worse, like something had drained him. He didn't act the same either. Gone was the loud, arrogant manager. Now, he barely spoke. He stayed inside the office most of the time, and when he did come out, he looked like he was in pain. He kept holding his head, complaining about severe headaches. Sometimes, he struggled to breathe. We didn't know what was happening. Then one day, something worse happened. We found him in the bathroom, vomiting, his body trembling. He could barely stand. He looked like a lifeless body. That's when panic started. We immediately rushed him to the hospital. Everyone was confused. Doctors couldn't immediately explain what was wrong. But one of my coworkers said something that stuck with me. He said, "That's not a normal illness. That looks like witchcraft. A curse." At first, I didn't believe it, but the more I thought about it, the more it made sense. The sudden change, the timing, that woman, Girly's mother. Eventually, Sir Ben was taken to the province, not for hospital treatment, but for a traditional healer. After that, we never saw him again. He never returned to work. No updates, no explanation. Just gone. But the story didn't end there. Because Gurley and her mother, they came back more than once. Each time, they would ask the same question: "Is Sir Ben here?" We would answer no, and they would just nod, then leave. No anger, no emotion, just calm. Too calm. And that's when we started to wonder, was it just coincidence? Or did they really have something to do with what happened to him? Up until now, I still don't know the answer. But one thing is certain. After everything I saw, I learned that some people don't need to shout to get revenge. Hi, Sir Bob. You can just call me Dylan, and I want to tell you my story. I have a cousin who experienced a severe case of stalking, but the problem was, it wasn't just a random person. Her stalker was a skinwalker. Before anything else, let me introduce myself. My name is Dylan, and I have my cousin Yvette's permission to share her story. Everything started when Yvette became a working student. She got a part-time job at McDonald's to make use of her free time and help with expenses. At first, everything was normal. She adjusted quickly, made friends with her coworkers, got used to the routine. But after about 3 weeks, something strange started happening. There was a customer, a man, who would come in almost every time Yvette had a shift. At first, she didn't notice it, but one of her coworkers pointed it out. "Have you noticed that guy?" they asked. "He's always here when you are." That's when Yvette started paying attention. The man looked normal. He was probably in his late 30s, average build. Nothing about him stood out at first glance, except for one thing. He kept looking at her. Not casually, not like a normal glance, but repeatedly, intently. And the strangest part, he wouldn't leave. He would order something, sit down, and stay there until Yvette's shift ended. That was when she started feeling uncomfortable. One day, after her shift, she decided not to leave right away. She stayed inside and asked her coworkers quietly, "Is he still there?" They checked and nodded. He was still sitting, waiting. That was enough to scare her. So she went to her manager and asked if she could leave through the delivery door instead of the main entrance. Thankfully, the manager agreed. As she slipped out through the back, she glanced once toward the front. The man was still inside. She didn't waste another second. She crossed the street quickly and rode a taxi home. The next day, her shift was later in the evening. As she approached the store, she felt it, that feeling, that someone was following her. She tried to ignore it, told herself she was just being paranoid, but when she turned around, she froze. The man was right behind her, too close. Without saying a word, he walked past her and went straight to the counter to order. That was it. Fear took over. Yvette ran. She rushed out of the store and crossed the street without thinking. Her heart was pounding. Her hands were shaking. When she looked back, the man was already outside, looking around, searching, like he had lost something or someone. She quickly hid behind a group of people at a taxi stop. From where she stood, she could still see him, and that's when things became even more disturbing. The man lifted his head slightly and sniffed the air, slowly, deliberately. Then suddenly, he turned his face directly toward her direction. Her entire body went cold. It was like he knew exactly where she was. When a taxi arrived, she didn't hesitate. She got on immediately. She didn't even check where it was going. All she cared about was getting away. As the Jeep started moving, she looked outside. The man was still there, standing, watching. Thankfully, the taxi pulled away before he could reach her. She immediately texted her manager to explain what happened. Then she contacted her boyfriend, Joey, and asked him to pick her up. She got off near another McDonald's branch and waited for him there. But even while waiting, she couldn't relax. Every time the door opened, her heart would race, afraid that he might walk in. And then, he did. The same man entered the store. He looked around slowly. Then again, he sniffed the air, just like before. And then, he turned toward her. She froze. He walked closer and sat at a nearby table, not saying anything, just sitting there, watching. Her hands trembled as she texted Joey to hurry. She stood up and went to the guard, trying to report what was happening. But when she glanced back, the man was gone. No sound, no sign of where he went. Thinking he might be in the restroom, she took the chance. She ran outside. Just in time, Joey arrived on his motorcycle. She got on immediately. "Go," she said. They sped away. For a moment, she thought it was over. But then, she looked at the side mirror. and screamed. The man was behind them, not running, not riding anything. He was floating, following them through the air. It was still early evening, not even 6 p.m. yet. Everything was visible: cars, people, the road, and yet no one else reacted. It felt like only Yvette and Joey could see him. He floated about 4 feet above the ground, his eyes wide, unblinking, locked onto her. Joey sped up as fast as he could. The engine roared, but no matter how fast they went, the thing kept up. Sometimes it got so close, their faces were almost level. That's when panic fully took over. Yvette held on tightly, praying, crying. Then, suddenly, it disappeared. Just like that. Gone. They didn't stop. They went straight to Joey's house. When his mother saw Yvette, she immediately said something strange. "Are you pregnant?" Yvette was confused. She denied it, but then she realized something. She was late. After hearing everything, Joey's mother became serious. She said the thing chasing her wasn't just a ghost. It was a skinwalker, and it was targeting Yvette because she was pregnant. That same day, they bought a pregnancy test. 2 lines appeared. Positive. From then on, Yvette never left the house without protection, always with her. They reported the man as a stalker. Eventually, the police caught him. He was banned from going near the McDonald's branch. After that, he stopped appearing. Everything seemed normal again, until one night, he came back, at her house. She woke up to a faint sound near her window. Still half asleep, she got up and opened it. And there, right in front of her, was the man, floating, completely naked, his mouth open, eyes wide, and slowly, his long tongue extended. She couldn't move. She couldn't scream. Then suddenly, she remembered the knife and holy water right beside the window. With all her strength, she grabbed it and threw it at his face. The reaction was instant. He fell, hit the ground without a sound, rolled away, and disappeared. Then, she saw it. A black bird flying away into the night. After that, he never came back. Yvette finished her contract, gave birth safely, and later on, married Joey. But until now, we still believe that what followed her was never human. Good day to everyone. I'm really glad I finally managed to write this. I've been planning to send my story to your channel for a long time, but I only found the motivation now. My name is Randy. I only studied in college for 1 year. After that, my mother talked to me. She asked if I could stop studying for a while, so my older brother could finish his education degree. She said they couldn't afford to support both of us at the same time. I agreed. I said yes without arguing. But deep inside, I was hurt. I felt like my brother was always the priority. Like no matter what I did, I would always come second. And that feeling slowly changed me. From that point on, I started spending less time at home. I would leave early in the morning and just go wherever my friends were. Basketball courts, internet cafes, parks, street corners, anywhere, as long as I didn't have to be at home. I would only come back when I was hungry, because I knew there would always be food waiting for me. After eating, I'd go out again. Sometimes we stayed out until early morning, but we didn't really do anything meaningful. We just walked around, loitered, wasted time. My mother and I started arguing more often, and every time we fought, I would bring it up. I'd tell her, if you just let me continue studying, I wouldn't end up like this. I said a lot of things I shouldn't have said, things I regret until now. Back then, I didn't realize how much those words hurt her. I was a terrible son, and I didn't even know it. Then around August, rumors started spreading in our area. People were talking about something strange, something flying above buildings at night. At first, we didn't take it seriously. We thought it was just another made-up story, until something happened. A child's body was found in a garbage area. I didn't see it myself. The police had already secured the place before I got there. But the people who saw it, they all said the same thing. The child's body was thin, and his stomach was completely hollow, empty, like something had eaten everything inside. That's when the rumors got worse. People started saying it was a skinwalker. Fear spread quickly in our area. Parents became stricter. A curfew was enforced for minors. But us? We didn't care. We thought it was all nonsense. We even joked about it. We said if we ever saw a skinwalker, we'd be the ones chasing it. That's how confident we were. Or maybe just how stupid we were. About a week after the incident, we were out again, past midnight. We had been drinking. Not too drunk, but enough to feel lightheaded. To sober up a bit, we decided to walk around. We were laughing, talking nonsense, just enjoying the night. Then suddenly, one of my friends stopped. He said he smelled something really bad. I laughed and told him, maybe it's just your breath. But he didn't laugh. He looked serious. Then, I smelled it too. It was horrible. A foul stench, like something rotten, decaying. But the strange thing was, there was no garbage around us. The street was clean. We looked at each other, confused. Then suddenly, one of my friends looked up and screamed. I followed his gaze, and that's when I saw it. A woman, standing on top of a 2-story building. Her hair was long, covering most of her face, and behind her were wings, large, veiny, stretched wide. My heart dropped. In that moment, everything we joked about became real. We didn't think. We ran. Everyone scattered in different directions. I ran with my friend Joe. We turned a corner and headed toward a brighter street. Joe shouted, "Let's go to McDonald's!" It was the nearest place that was still open. I nodded, and we ran as fast as we could. But something made me look back, and I wish I hadn't, because it was there, flying, chasing us, getting closer. I felt my chest tighten. My legs felt heavy, but I kept running. We ran faster than we ever had in our lives. Finally, we reached McDonald's. We pushed the door open, almost slamming into it. We rushed inside and shouted at the guard, "Don't open the door, no matter what happens." He looked confused. He was about to argue, but then it landed, right in front of the store. Everyone inside froze. No one moved. No one spoke. We all just stared at the thing outside. It stood there, looking at us. Its presence alone was enough to drain the life out of the room. Seconds felt like minutes. We didn't know what it would do, if it would attack, if it could break the glass. But thankfully, it didn't. After what felt like forever, it slowly moved away. Then it disappeared into the darkness. Only then did we breathe again. Joe and I stayed inside until morning. We didn't dare step out. The staff were kind. They gave us water, even free coffee. Maybe they saw how shaken we were. When daylight finally came, we thanked them and went home. Later we found out, because the skinwalker chased us. Our other friends were able to escape. After that night, everything changed. We stopped going out late, stopped drinking on the streets, stopped acting like nothing could harm us. Even my mother noticed. She was surprised that I stayed home more often, and for the first time, I started appreciating being there. No one else became a victim after that. Maybe it left. Maybe it found another place to hunt. I don't know. But one thing I'm sure of, that night taught me something I should have learned earlier. Not everything we laugh at is meant to be a joke. Happy Sunday, Sir Bob. You can call me Leo. This happened about 10 years ago, at a time when my life felt uncertain. I had just been laid off from my previous job. The company was going bankrupt, and they started letting go of the newer employees. I was one of them. At first, I tried to stay positive. My mom told me, "You're still young. You'll find something better." I wanted to believe her, But as days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, nothing came. 2 months of job hunting, and still no luck. That's when someone I knew reached out to me. He worked at a McDonald's branch and told me they were hiring. There was only one catch: night shift. I wasn't used to staying up late. In fact, I got sleepy easily. But I didn't have the luxury of choosing anymore, so I accepted. Surprisingly, I got hired right away. Not because I was the best candidate, but because no one else wanted the shift. At first, it was hard. My body struggled to adjust, working while everyone else was asleep, sleeping while the world was awake. But after a few months, I got used to it. My body clock flipped completely. Night became my day. And slowly, the job became easier. In fact, there were nights when it felt too easy. There were times when there were no customers at all. Just silence, the hum of machines, and the occasional sound of cars passing by outside. It could get boring. So whenever things were quiet, I would ask permission to step outside, to smoke. Of course, smoking wasn't allowed inside, so I would go to the side of the building, near the parking lot. There was a lamppost there. That became my spot. It was peaceful, cool air, dim lighting, and complete silence. It was the only time I could really think. One night, I was sitting under that lamppost, smoking, when I heard something. A sound, soft but clear. The clinking of keys. Not just one key, but many. Like the kind security guards carry, hanging from their belts. At first I thought, maybe it was our guard, but that didn't make sense. Our guard never left his post, and besides, I was the only one in the parking lot. I stood up, looked around. The area was dim, but I could still see clearly enough. There was no one there. Nothing that could have made that sound. I went back inside, tried to brush it off. I even asked my coworker if he heard anything. He said no, so I ignored it. Maybe I was just imagining things. A few days later, I was back outside again. Same spot, same routine. I lit a cigarette and started thinking about my problems. After finishing my first one, I lit a second. That's when I heard it again. The same sound. Clink, clink, clink. This time, it was closer. I stood up immediately. My heart started beating faster. It felt like someone was there, watching me. I turned around, and that's when I saw him. A man, standing just a few meters away. He was wearing a security guard uniform, but something was off. He was big, heavy-set. Our guard, Sir Don, was thin, very thin. This man was not him. The sound I heard was coming from his belt, full of keys, dozens of them. They moved slightly, making that same clinking sound. I felt confused. Who was he? We only had one guard, and I also knew the daytime guard, so this man shouldn't have been there. I thought maybe he worked nearby, another establishment. So I took a step forward. I was about to ask him, but suddenly, bright lights, headlights, a car sped into the parking lot. Fast, too fast. My eyes shifted back to the guard. He was walking, right into its path. I froze. Then I shouted, but the car didn't slow down. It didn't stop. It went straight toward him. And then, it passed through him, like he wasn't even there. No impact, no sound, nothing. The car continued forward, as if nothing had happened. It parked normally. 2 men stepped out, laughing, talking, completely unaware. I looked back. The guard was gone, just like that, vanished. I stood there, frozen, trying to process what I had just seen. Then slowly, I followed the men inside. But for the rest of my shift, I couldn't focus. My mind kept going back to it. The guard, the keys, the car, and the moment it passed through him. When my shift ended, I didn't go outside anymore. I stayed inside. And the next day, I asked around. I talked to the older employees, the ones who had been there for years. That's when I found out the truth. There used to be a security guard assigned to that branch. A big man, heavy-set, just like the one I saw. One night, he was shot, right there, in the parking lot. The bullet hit his head. He didn't make it to the hospital. He died on the way. When they described him, I felt chills all over my body, because I knew it was him, the same guard I saw that night. After that, I never stayed in the parking lot again. If I needed to smoke, I did it before my shift, while it was still bright, while there were people around. And because of that, I never saw him again. Good afternoon, Sir Bob. I wish you a pleasant day. My name is Troy. This happened in 2024, so everything is still very fresh in my memory. I have a best friend named Ron. We met back in college. Both of us tried out for the basketball team, and both of us didn't make it. I guess that's where it started. We laughed it off, and somehow we just clicked. From then on, we became really close. Even after we graduated, even after we got jobs, we still found time to meet up, mostly to drink, talk about life, catch up on everything we missed. Then eventually, Ron got married, and after that, he moved away. Far away, to a place so remote, it was hard to even explain where it was. No public transportation, no clear landmarks, just long stretches of road and unfamiliar turns. We still kept in touch, of course, but visiting him, that was a different story. Then one day, in March 2024, I decided to finally go. I brought my girlfriend with me, Mika. She was excited at first. It felt like a small road trip, at least in the beginning. The drive started out normal, smooth roads, clear signs, but the farther we went, the worse it got. The roads became rough. Some weren't even paved anymore. There were parts where the car struggled to move forward, mud, loose gravel, uneven ground. A few times, we almost got stuck. And to make things worse, it was getting dark. The sky slowly turned orange, then gray, then black. We checked our phones, no signal. At that point, even Mika started feeling uneasy. "Are you sure this is the right way?" she asked. I tried to stay confident, told her Ron sent me directions, but deep inside, I was starting to doubt it too. Then suddenly, we saw something ahead, a bright light. At first, we thought it was just a house, or maybe a small store, but as we got closer, we both went silent, because standing there, in the middle of nowhere, was a large, glowing letter, an M, McDonald's. We looked at each other, confused. "How is that even possible?" Mika whispered. There were no other buildings nearby, no town, no signs of development, just darkness, and that one place. But we were hungry, tired, and honestly, relieved to see something familiar. So we stopped. We parked the car and stepped out. The air felt still, too still. When we walked inside, that's when things started to feel off. The place was quiet, too quiet. There were no customers, not a single one. Only one crew member behind the counter, and one table, just one. I remember thinking, what kind of McDonald's only has one table? But we were already there, so we ordered. The crew member didn't say much, just took our order and prepared the food. No greeting, no smile, just blank. When we got our food, we were about to sit down, but Mika suddenly grabbed my arm. "Let's eat in the car," she said quietly. I looked at her. She looked pale. "Why?" I asked. "I don't know. It just feels wrong," she said. Something in her voice made me stop arguing. So we went back to the car, we locked the doors, and ate inside. At first, everything seemed normal. The food looked like McDonald's, smelled like it too. But as we ate, Mika spoke again. "This place," she said, "it feels like something bad will happen if we stay longer." I didn't respond, but for some reason, I felt it too. A strange heaviness in the air, like we didn't belong there. We finished quickly, didn't even bother staying another minute. Then we drove off. We didn't look back. After some time, we finally reached Rod's house. He welcomed us warmly. We laughed, caught up. Everything started to feel normal again. But then, Mika said something strange. "I'm still hungry." I looked at her, confused. "We just ate," I said. But then, I realized something. I felt it too. Hunger. Like we hadn't eaten anything at all. That's when things didn't make sense anymore. We told Ron and his wife about the McDonald's, but instead of reacting normally, they looked at each other, confused. "There's no McDonald's here," Ron said. I laughed, told him we just came from there, but he shook his head. "I've lived here for years," he said. "There's never been one." A silence filled the room. The next day, Ron decided to go with us. We drove back. Same road, same turns. I was sure I remembered where it was, but when we reached the place, there was nothing. No lights, no building, no sign, just an empty field, covered in tall grass, moving with the wind. I stepped out of the car, staring at the spot, trying to make sense of it, but there was nothing to explain, no trace that anything had ever been there. We didn't stay long. We didn't ask questions anymore. We just left. And until now, we never went back.
Good day, Sir Bob. My name is Gray. This is a short story that happened a while, but even now, I still can't fully explain what I experienced that night. I work online, usually finishing around 9 p.m. Because of that, I've gotten used to being awake late at night. Sometimes, after work, I go out for a ride on my motorcycle. It helps me clear my head. The streets are quieter, the air feels different. And when I get hungry, I usually stop by McDonald's. It's convenient, it's open 24/7, and honestly, it just feels familiar. There's this one branch I go to often. I've been there so many times, I already know the place by heart. And maybe this sounds weird, but I had a small habit. Every time I arrived, I would greet the McDonald's mascot statue outside. You know, the one that looks like it's waving. I'd nod at it, sometimes even say, "Good evening," just for fun. It became routine, something small but consistent. Until one night. I went there like usual, same time, same routine. But as I pulled up, something felt off. I parked my motorcycle and looked toward the entrance. The statue was gone. I stopped for a moment, just staring at the empty spot where it should have been. It felt strange, out of place. But I shrugged it off. Maybe they were cleaning it, or replacing it. It wasn't a big deal, at least that's what I told myself. So I went inside. The place was quiet, not completely empty, but quieter than usual. I walked up to the counter and ordered a drink. Nothing heavy, just something quick. The crew member handed it to me without much interaction. After that, I headed to the restroom. And that's when everything changed. As soon as I stepped inside, I froze, because standing there, right in front of the mirror, was the mascot. The same one that was supposed to be outside. It stood there, motionless at first. Then I noticed its hands. They were under the faucet, washing. But the water was mixed with something dark. Red, blood. My chest tightened, my body refused to move. I didn't even know how to react. Then slowly, it turned its head toward me. And in that moment, I felt pure fear. Its face, that fixed smile, started to change. The mouth widened more than it should, stretching unnaturally, revealing teeth. Too many teeth. I felt my knees weaken. I swear,
I almost lost control of my body right there. That's when instinct kicked in. I ran. I didn't look back. I didn't think. I just ran out of the restroom and straight to the counter. My voice was shaking when I spoke. I asked the crew member, "Who's inside the restroom wearing the mascot costume?" He looked at me, confused. "What do you mean?" he said. "There's no one else here." I shook my head. "No, I just saw it. It's inside." At that point, he probably thought I was joking or crazy, but I insisted. So he followed me. I practically dragged him back to the restroom. My heart was pounding as we pushed the door open. And then, nothing. The mascot was gone, but the sink still had traces of blood, fresh. The crew member stepped back. Now even he looked uneasy. We stood there in silence for a few seconds. Then he said something that made it worse. "Sir, the statue is outside." I turned to him slowly. My mind couldn't process it. Without saying a word, I walked out of the restroom, out of the store, and looked toward the entrance. There it was, back in its usual spot, like it had never moved, like nothing had happened. I stood there, staring at it, trying to convince myself that everything I saw inside wasn't real. Then something caught my attention. Its hand. There was something on it, a dark stain. I stepped closer, slowly, carefully. And without thinking, I reached out and touched it. It was wet, sticky. I brought my fingers closer and smelled it. That's when I knew it wasn't my imagination. It was real. I didn't stay any longer. I got on my motorcycle and went straight home. The entire ride, I kept replaying what I saw, trying to find a logical explanation. Maybe I was just tired. Maybe I imagined it. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't explain the blood. And that smile. That unnatural, widening smile. Until now, I still avoid that branch. Because deep down, I know what I saw was never just a statue. Good day. My name is Maureen. One of the best jobs I ever had was working at McDonald's as a crew member when I was still a working student. But it was also in that same job where I gained the most terrifying admirer of my life. A stalker. And not just any kind of stalker, but something far worse. This happened back in 2017. At that time, my life was very difficult. Both of my parents had already passed away, and I was moving from one relative's house to another. I didn't really have a place I could call my own. I took any legal job I could find, just to continue studying. Eventually, I decided to rent a small boarding house. It wasn't much, but at least I had peace of mind. At the same time, I was looking for a stable job to support myself. A friend encouraged me to apply at McDonald's. Ironically, she was the one who invited me, but she didn't get accepted. I did. I felt guilty at first, but she told me it was okay, that maybe the job just wasn't meant for her. So I continued. I worked hard. Balancing work and studies wasn't easy, but I endured it, because I had one goal: to graduate. At first, everything was normal, until one day, a man walked into the store. He was alone. At first, nothing seemed unusual, but then I noticed something. He kept staring at me, not casually, not like someone just glancing around, but directly, intently. He had curly, slightly long black hair. He looked like he was in his mid-30s. There was something about him, something I couldn't explain, but every time I caught his gaze, I felt uneasy. I tried to ignore it. I told myself, we meet all kinds of people at work. Maybe he was just one of them. But the next day, he came back. Same routine. He ordered coffee and sat there, watching me. By the third day, I couldn't ignore it anymore. I told my coworker about him. She laughed and said, maybe he just likes the coffee, or maybe you're just the one he notices. I laughed too, but deep inside, I was starting to feel nervous. I tried avoiding eye contact, just like my coworker suggested, but it didn't matter. Even without looking, I could feel his eyes on me. That kind of feeling you can't ignore. On the fourth day, he didn't show up, and I felt relieved. For the first time in days, I felt free. But on the fifth day, he came back. There were many customers that time, so I managed to avoid him. When I saw him leave, I felt relief again. But later, when the store became quiet, he came back and ordered coffee again. One time, as I passed by his table, he suddenly spoke. "Can I have some water?" I had no choice. He was still a customer, so I brought him a glass. When I placed it on the table, he asked for my name. I refused. I felt uncomfortable. Then he smiled and said, "That's a shame. You're pretty, but you're snobbish." I pretended not to hear him, but after that, he started asking for things more often. Water, tissues, small requests. Sometimes, I would ask a male coworker to assist him instead. I had a strong feeling that he was trying to get closer to me. Slowly, deliberately. I thought my fear would stay inside the store, but I was wrong. One day, I saw him outside, waiting for a ride, just like me. At first, I tried to ignore him, but soon, we were the only ones left there. Then he approached me. He asked if I was the crew member from inside. Then, he offered to take me home. I refused immediately, and for some reason, I found the courage to say what I truly felt. "Can you please stop? I'm already scared of you." He didn't respond. He just stepped back. When I finally got a ride, I thought it was over. But when I looked behind me, he was following me. My heart started racing. I told the driver to drop me somewhere else, a convenience store, just so he wouldn't know where I lived. But when I stepped out, he was still there, watching me. I immediately called my cousin Dan. He picked me up on his motorcycle. Even as I left, the man was still standing there. After that, I started seeing him everywhere. Inside McDonald's, outside, far away, just watching. He no longer spoke. He didn't approach me. He just stared. Then one night, as I was heading back to my apartment, I saw something strange. A large black bird perched on the gate. It was bigger than any bird I had ever seen. For some reason, I felt fear, and I thought of him. I forced myself to move forward, used my umbrella to shoo it away. It flew off, but then it landed on someone's shoulder. My heart stopped. It was him. I didn't know how he found my place. Maybe he had been following me all along. I quickly went inside and locked everything. My landlady helped calm me down. She said we could report it the next day. After that, he disappeared. For 2 weeks, nothing happened. I thought it was finally over. But one rainy day, he came back, standing across the street, holding flowers. I prayed they weren't for me. I tried to leave with a coworker, hoping I could avoid him. But when I got home, the flowers were already there, placed neatly at the foot of the door, like someone had gently set them down. That's when I felt true fear, because there was no way he could have gotten there before me. Then one night, while I was bathing, I heard something. A bird. When I looked at the window, it was there, the same black bird, staring at me. I screamed. Later that night, I woke up to a sound. My window. When I looked, the glass panels were gone, and he was there. But he wasn't the same anymore. His face was decayed, wrinkled, unnatural. His expression filled with rage and hunger. He reached in, grabbed my arms, and started pulling me out. I screamed. I struggled. His grip was too strong. I felt myself being dragged closer, closer to the window. Then suddenly, he let go. I fell back. My landlady was outside, throwing salt at him. He shrieked, then ran. And as he moved, he transformed into that same black bird and flew into the night. After that, my landlady told me the truth. He wasn't human. He was a skinwalker, a creature that could change form and hunt people. From that day on, I always carried salt with me, and thankfully, he never came back.
Hello, Sir Bob. You can call me Melvin. This happened when I was still in college, back when I was working as a crew member at McDonald's. Because I saw Happy Meal toys every day on display, I eventually got interested in collecting them. At first, it was just curiosity. Then it became a habit. Every time a new set came out, I made sure to get one. Eventually, I had quite a collection. And even after my contract ended, I didn't stop. I kept buying toys, not just from McDonald's, but also kiddie meal toys from Jollibee. I didn't really have a deep reason for collecting them, I just enjoyed it. It made me feel like a kid again. Simple, harmless. At least, that's what I thought. Because there was one toy that I ended up throwing into the sea. And even now, I still don't fully understand why. But I felt it, deep inside. Something was wrong with it. It was a Ronald McDonald action figure. Just a normal-looking toy, standing upright, frozen in a pose. Nothing special. But here's the part that bothered me. According to what I later found online, that toy was released in 1995, but I only started working at McDonald's in 2009. And before that, we rarely even bought Happy Meals. My mom preferred Jollibee, so most of my toys growing up were kiddie meal toys, which means there was no clear reason for that Ronald McDonald toy to be in my collection. And yet, one day, it was just there, inside my box of toys. I don't remember buying it. I don't remember receiving it. It just appeared. At the time, I had just graduated. I got a new job and moved into a boarding house closer to my workplace. It felt like a fresh start, new environment, new routine. While settling in, I decided to organize my collection. I even bought a plastic cabinet for it. 3 layers. Top layer for small toys, middle for complete sets, bottom for bigger ones. I arranged everything carefully. That's when I noticed the Ronald McDonald toy. But I didn't think much of it. I assumed maybe I just forgot about it. Weeks passed. Life went on. Then one day, I decided to clean the cabinet. Dust had started to build up. As I was wiping each layer, I froze. The Ronald McDonald toy was no longer on the top layer. It was on the bottom, standing upright. That didn't make sense. Even if it had fallen, the cabinet door would have stopped it. There was no way it could have reached the bottom like that. Unless it moved on its own. I tried to laugh it off, picked it up, and placed it back on the top layer. I told myself, it's nothing. Maybe I just misplaced it. But a week later, I bought a new toy. I opened the cabinet, and my chest tightened. The Ronald McDonald figure was now on the second layer. I clearly remembered putting it on the top. This time, I didn't feel amused anymore. I felt uneasy. Still, I moved it back again. Top layer, exactly where it should be. The next day, I checked again, and that's when everything changed. It was on the second layer, again. No one else had access to my room. No one could have touched it. That's when my whole body went cold.
The hairs on my arms stood up. That feeling, you can't mistake it. Something was wrong, really wrong. And I didn't wait any longer. I didn't even think. I grabbed the toy, put it inside a plastic bag, didn't brush my teeth, didn't take a bath. I was still in my boxers. I rushed outside, got into a taxi, and told the driver to just keep going, far away. When we reached the coast, I got out, walked to the edge, and threw it into the sea. I didn't look back. For days after that, I couldn't relax. I kept thinking, what if it comes back? I've seen stories before about objects that return, no matter how far you throw them. Every time I went back to my room, my heart would race. I'd hesitate before opening the door, afraid that it might be there, waiting, watching. But days passed, then weeks. And thankfully, it never came back. But the fear didn't leave me. Sometimes I would dream about it. Not the toy, but the clown himself, standing somewhere in the distance, watching me. He never attacked, never moved, but that made it worse, because it felt like something was going to happen any second, and I'd wake up, heart pounding. Even now, I still don't know where that toy came from, or why it kept moving. But one thing I do know, the scariest things are the ones that look completely harmless.
Every story hides a shadow. Dive into the unknown with The 3 AM Tales, where true horror, twisted fates, and chilling mysteries are brought to life. Each episode whispers what you were never meant to hear. New stories every week. Turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and listen, if you dare.